how this is going on right here. Maybe I can slide it back some. That's a fact. And I hope ain't nobody texting my phone. This is another New Black World Order TV Productions.
Hey,
Chopper. What's happening? Grand Rising, family.
Let me do a 30-second promo.
All right.
We get it together. It's like, listen.
I'm with Legacy. Internet Radio, you know, Lady C.E.O.
Yes.
Legacy.
Yes. Bible study in the hood, y'all.
That's right.
What's going on, everybody? You already know. Yes.
What's happening?
Yes, we are here with Bible study in the hood, and I have my most amazing guest who is going to come through all of the King Sha, y'all.
Yeah, in the building.
Listen, tell them what you're going to be talking about so they can.
We're going to be talking about today about. It's like part 2 of what we was talking about the last time I was here.
Yep.
I'm going to touch on some action. You know, we talked about it. You know, we identified what some of the problems were, and now we got to come forward to the people with what was our response.
That's right.
So what we did was, I don't know if y'all can see this, but we took this flyer right here, right, that was provided by Mayor Stoney, LeVar Stoney, and Ms. Valerie Mitchell of the OCWB, Office of Community Wealth Building Office, right? And we put together a flyer that involves education, right? About how to keep yourself safe during this time with mitigation. We also put together a flyer that identifies resources, right? Relief, right? Where you can go get food, where you can get help with your medications, right? Where that we can get people to call the seniors and check on them, right, periodically to see how they're doing while we're on this lockdown.
Right.
So instead of just talking about it, we wanted to come forward and show the people some measures, you know, and not only measures, but what is the impact? You know, what is the impact of somebody being shut behind a door and nobody checks on them? Right. What is the impact of a person being shut behind doors and they can't get to the pharmacy to get much needed medication?
Right.
So what we did, we came together, right, ambassadors, right, squad up,
yeah,
right, we call it the A-Team, right?
Come on, A-Team, right? Yeah.
And
here in Richmond, Virginia.
Here in Richmond, Virginia, and like I said, this is an initiative that was put forth by the mayor's office, right?
Okay.
Along with Valerie Mitchell of Office Community Wealth Building. And
Miss Valerie Mitchell, that's my second time hearing her name this year.
Yeah. Very beautiful woman. She shows great leadership and expertise in the field that she's doing. And what she did was she got a great gentleman by the name of James Davis. Right?
Okay.
James Davis has a story, right? He had a turnaround story. He came up in the ghettos just like most of us do, but today he has turned his life around. He's involved with, you know, the community, and he put together what we call the A-Team. Ambassadors, right?
Listen.
Right? So we have an A-Team. We have a strong core of people who was already in the community, who had already developed, right, links and roots and bonds with the community. And we put all of those people who were specializing, right, in the community with community core volunteer work, and we got them on the A-Team. We call it the A-Team, Ambassador Squad Up, right? So if
you gotta hold up, don't give them too much more, because y'all need to go ahead and stay connected for the rest of this, okay? Right here about Studying the Hood, baby, and definitely you can find some stuff on the New World Order. YouTube page, right?
Yeah, my YouTube channel, New Black World Order TV.
New Black World Order
Check
TV.
it out. Hit that subscription button. Hit that bell, right?
Okay.
You know, and leave a comment.
That's right.
You know, add on to what's going on, the narrative, the conversations of what's going on.
It's Bible Study in the Hood, y'all. Live on Legacy Internet Radio. Make sure you stay connected.
Zaza.
Yeah. All right, let me see. All right. Okay.
That was great.
Thank you.
We were good together.
Let me see.
That was good. I think it was good.
It was perfect. All right, so let me see what we're working with. We got about 20, 25. We still can scratch 30. Come on.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to start that. And I am going to start this. Oh, let me pause for a second. Every 5 to 7 minutes, I'm going to be shouting out Bible Study Hood, Legacy Internet Radio. Make sure they tune in. This is going to be airing 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Tuesday.
Okay. Okay. And the other one is already.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's running tonight.
All right.
Yep. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, you already know it's Bible Study in the Hood. Hood with Lady C.E.O, aka Lady Love, aka Queen Zavi. Listen, and I'm sitting here with my very, very special leader, my very, very special guest, King Sha. He's back.
That's right. How you doing? All right.
Hey.
And I'm glad to be back.
Yes.
You know
I hope you guys have been tuning in to Legacy Internet Radio for Bible Study in the Hood at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we did a show, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, where King Sha was on and he was giving us the behind the scenes information considering COVID-19, politics, science, and what we need to know on that spectrum. As a community of minority, right? We need to be educated about what we can do, what we need to do.
Right.
And King Sha is definitely here to give us that information, all right? So, listen, it's Bible Study in the Hood, baby. You already know. Basic instructions before leaving life, and they come in many forms, okay? From many people of many cultures, all right? Written in several different texts. And today, we got New World Black Order. New Black World Order. Let me fix that. Let me fix it again. And today, we got New Black World Order.
That's right.
Yes. Listen, it's Bible Study in the Hood, y'all, here on Legacy Internet Radio. So, King Sha, shout yourself out. Welcome back, my brother.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I missed you last week.
I know.
That's okay.
It's all right. Yeah.
The Spirit put me in. The Spirit said go. I said all right.
Okay.
And we had a show.
Right.
But I missed you. So tell me what's new. What's going on in the world?
Okay.
Considering COVID, politics, and science.
Since we was here last time, we talked about following some of the guidelines like social distances, washing hands,
right.
Make sure that you wear masks, different things like that. So what we want to talk about is the political side of this virus, right?
Right.
That it's starting to take a shape.
Yeah, what's going on?
Like what's going on. Right? So now the political face of COVID-19 has become African Americans.
Ain't that something?
Right? Isn't that what we said?
They done changed that narrative.
Right, isn't that what we said? Because we know that these are some of the people that's in the inner cities, right? And whenever you're in cities, you're congested, right? It's easy for a virus to just like a juggernaut run through the whole city. So what we did, we went across those things last time I was here, and we talked about the political side. That's the part we didn't talk about. And so what I want to throw out a couple of scenarios, right? Donald Trump, right?
45.
45, right? He's pushing for us to go back to work, right? Remember I talked about the international boys sent the virus in. And their money is much, much bigger than Donald Trump and his conservative white millionaires or billionaires, right? But they're losing money. The American economy is like, it's a hemorrhage. It's like taking a knife and just cutting across your vein like this is hemorrhaging. So they want you to go back to work, right? So I don't like to use this analogy, but since this is Bible study in the hood, right? You remember when Pharaoh wanted the slaves to get back to work, want to get you back to making them bricks, right? Because they need you, right? They need you. And what they're saying is, I don't care if you get sick. I don't care if the second wave of infections come in. Just go get my money.
Yeah.
They're beginning to sound like pimps.
Come on, make it plain up in here. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
I don't care if you got a cold. Better go get my money.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the type of mindset of the current administration, right? And so, like I said, the political side is that he's looking at November, right?
Yeah, I know what happened in November, right?
Y'all remember when he was elected the first time?
Come on, y'all.
The Democrats came forward with an accusation.
Come on, make it plain. It's Bible study in the hood.
The Democrats came forward and said that the Russians helped Donald Trump with this computer.
Y'all remember that?
Y'all remember that? Okay, so then they came forward with impeachment accusations and charges. And just like Teflon Don, he beat the case. He got a hungry lawyer, and he beat the case. So now he's looking for 8 years, right? And he starts to mumbling things like, I am the absolute authority. Did you catch that? said, I am the absolute authority. It
oh my God.
It was as if he did not understand that there were 3 branches of government as checks and balances to somebody who would want to be an absolute authority. So he's looking at November, right? And I talked about the mandatory vaccinations coming, right? And since this Bible study in the hood again,
that's right,
right? And I got to speak your language. You can't teach your people unless you can speak their language.
Meet them where they at.
Meet them where they at. So we talked about
Then bring you over here to outside.
We talked about those forced vaccinations coming, but this other scenario, the political side, is that if he pushes you back to work and open the country up, because you look at down in Texas and those other places where those conservative white guys are out there protesting about opening the government back up.
Okay.
Right? And what's happening? About 14 days later, they're going to start coughing. Donald Trump don't care. The billionaires don't care. They just want you to go back to making the bricks. Don't care if you're sick. Don't care if it's rain or shine. They want you to go back to making the bricks, right?
Listen, we live on Legacy.
And they want you to have a rendezvous. They want you to have a rendezvous with a second wave of infections. Because he has his eye on November again. Remember, if he won with the computer the first time, and he wants it open back up, and a second wave of infections come in, then he's going to clamp down hard.
We'll be right
He's going to act as if he realizes what he needs to do. But he knew that he needed to do that in January. Because remember, they told him in January, he intentionally sat on it. Trump totally ignored the scientists and the doctors and the CIA warnings, right? In January. He has his eye on the November elections. And this is just a scenario that I'm throwing out there along with the mandatory vaccinations that we talked about, the mark of the beast. Remember, Corona is 6 letters. Add up to 66.
Come on, Legacy in that radio here tonight. Break it down for us, y'all.
So we're talking about November elections. If a second wave of infections come over the summer, and the respirator people, you put your own respirators because you're going on. Remember we talked about that snake. It's a real snake. It's a real virus. And we still see people are not taking it serious. There's a need for mitigation, right? And that's why we went around with these flyers that was given to us, right, to teach people about the mitigation, right, the relief, the resources, right, while you go through this mitigation period to stay in the house, so that you can flatten the curve and possibly duck a second curve for Donald Trump and the billionaires. They don't care. All they saying is just like a pimp. Better have my money.
Y'all, listen.
Listen. The Bible says, do not prostitute yourselves unto anybody.
Your Bible said it.
All right? And a prostitute usually carries infections. And since we're talking about infections, if you allow them to push you out and ignore the mitigation, ignore the warnings of wise counsel, because remember we talked about wise counsel. And the wise counsel is that it's too early to open up the country. But he has his eye on the November elections.
So what can we do here in Richmond, Virginia? I know we have our ambassadors who have put together a phenomenal list of information.
It's a phenomenal list of information.
Yeah. Right? So what can we do in Richmond, Virginia, considering politics? How can we position ourselves when we're talking about political science in the culture?
What I would like for you to do is to call all of your local representatives, your council people, your state representatives, and contact them and push back against reopening the country too soon. And even if Donald Trump opened up the country too soon, you continue to practice the mitigation that was suggested.
That's right.
All right? Just like, because this is Bible study in the hood.
Come on.
Right? There was an angel of death passing over a land.
Come on.
The death is passing through the land. And if you wanted to pass over your house, of course you can put the lamb's blood up. Of course you can praise Jesus, but you gotta also take the wise suggestions, because the Bible says, seek wise counsel. Right? In Jesus is supposed to be wise counsel. So don't listen to the dummy called Donald Trump. Donald Trump is trying to secure November elections.
That's right.
And this is just a scenario that I'm throwing out, like the mandatory vaccinations that may be coming. Maybe. Right? So in November, if you can't gather large groups of people because there's a second wave of infections, and you got to push more draconian laws to clamp down, then do you think you'll be voting in a line to get Donald Trump out of office? You're going to do the mail-in, right? You're going to do the type-in on the computer, right? And here come Putin again, messing with the computers. So they playing this game with us. There's a lot of distractions going on.
Come
right?
on.
And we, like I said, it's like a movie.
That's
and
right.
You got to know what's the next episode.
That's right.
What is the next episode? It's the November elections. Donald Trump wants to secure 4 more years. And there's one thing about the word 4. It is among 8 other numbers, because there are only 9 numbers. And if you can't see that there's something important about you, there's something more important about you than there is the progress of billionaires that are fighting with bigger guys that can send in viruses. This is a time of reflection. Remember we said that?
Yes.
You got to reflect. And remember that history repeats itself. Remember Hitler was elected to office in Germany. Remember Hitler shut down elections. Now, this is just a scenario. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not trying to push a lot of fear-mongering, because fear only exists when there's the absence of knowledge.
Come on.
Well, if knowledge is found in the mouth of the priest, then it can't be no fear found in the mouth of the priest either. Somebody talk to me.
Come on,
so
come on.
What we want to talk about, is this is called
science with King Sha, y'all.
This is called the call sheet for COVID-19 relief, right? This is sponsored by Richmond, Virginia, right? And we have here, do you need food? And if you need food, you can call 804-521-2500, extension 631, right? And it'll locate you to those type of resources. Are you worried that you have the coronavirus, right? You can call 804-205-3501, which is public health questions, right? You can ask about some real information about how to keep yourself safe. Don't be thinking that if you wrap some copper around some crystals or something and you start humming, that's going to stop you from coughing. It's not going to do it. So, so now, am I a senior who needs help at home, right? If you're a senior who needs help at home, you can call 804-343-3027 to see if Meals on Wheels can come out and bring you some food, right? Because we got to talk about the problem, but we also got to push forth the mitigation, right? The relief to the suffering, right? So let's get it in. Do you need shelter, right? And if you need shelter, you can call 804-972-0813. If you are homeless, or if you will be homeless within 3 days, because we know a lot of people got laid off. We know that some people are waiting on the unemployment check to come. So these are some things of how we can help you. You know, because if we're going to teach you, we also got to provide you with some need.
That's right.
Now, we're talking about this Bible study in the hood. The Bible says you just can't bring a man a Bible. You got to also give him some need. Someone is making me feel unsafe in my home, because during this time over lockdown, there's a lot of domestic abuse. They might be whipping the hell out the children. So you listen to this number, child. Listen, someone is making me feel unsafe in my home. Call 911, right? There's an emergency number even if you know them well. That number is 804-612-6126. This is the YWCA helpline for violence in the home, right? I have lost someone or some of all of my income because of the coronavirus, right? You can call again. This is the unemployment number. That's 1-866-832-2363, and you can apply for certain benefits. Don't think that you just won't get the benefits. You gotta apply. Remember, wisdom is the application of knowledge, right? I need supplies for my baby or child, right? You can call the WICS office, that Southside number, 804-205-9816. You can also call 804-482-5446. That's the community hospital, I think on 9 Mile Road. And you can call also 1-833-782-2229, extension 801, to ask about free diapers, right? Because we know if you shut in, we know you need some diapers, right? So this was put together again by LaVar Stoney in the Office of Community Wealth Building office in the ambassadors. Great group of people. Squad up!
Listen!
Right? So this is what we're talking
18.
about. 18. And so what you got to do, you got to continue to wash your hands. You got to continue. You know, I mix water with bleach. You know, you don't want to just use all bleach. You just need a little bit of bleach. You can use more water than bleach. And you can spray stuff down, wipe the counters down. You know, continue to wear the mask when you're going out, right? Continue to wear gloves, change the gloves often, change the masks as often as possible, right? But you got to keep practicing these suggestions that are offered in this mitigation, right? So that's what we're talking about today, and we're talking about how we're going to develop a political strategy through mail-in. How can we secure that our votes will be counted in November? Right. That's what we got to get on with. We got to develop committees, watchdog groups, that's going to be right there with the counting and make sure that they're being counted. We're going to make sure that the computer systems with the voting things can't be hacked. Right. So again, call your local representatives, your council members, your state representatives, your delegates, and ask them what type of protections are in place to secure that your vote won't be cheated on you like you said it was in 2016.
That's right. That's right. It's very important. It's very important. And I just wanted to pick it back. That was political science with King Sha, y'all. He's going to be here blessing us very often here on Bible Study in the Hood, okay? Bible Study in the Hood, it's not about religion. It's about basic instructions before leaving Earth, and they come in every form and fashion, and I'm here to give it to you. You already know. Here live on Legacy Internet Radio. So tonight, basically, what you're telling us, what you need to pull away from this more than anything is that this virus is definitely real.
Right, it's real.
It is real.
I know they told you it won't.
Yeah, it's definitely real.
I know they told you that the summertime will get rid of it, but it's in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. It's 100 degrees over there.
Yeah, yeah. Right. So you have to make sure that you take those precautions. All the PPE that you can when you're out there in the public. Treat this as you would a regular cold that you know about, the regular flu that you know about.
I know they told
treat
you
it like
that, you know, extremely cold weather would do it, but I think an Eskimo crawled out the igloo and he got coronavirus too. So let's take this serious. I mean,
word though. No, for real. You know what I mean? We have to keep the love and joy in the air because we refuse to let y'all, okay? And we refuse to let fear conquer us. Right. We refuse that. So we listen, all right? But definitely take care of yourself. Use all precautions. If you got to go out there in the streets, go and do what you got to do and go back. Go back. That's what I do. Y'all see me right here. Y'all heard me and everything. But I'm here and I'm gone.
And if you go to the store, one of the suggestions, like if you go to the store, try not to go to the store too frequently.
Yeah.
You know, like make you a list. Get all the things you think you're gonna need for about 2 weeks, whatever like that. Because you want to like limit your in and out, right? Because do not listen to Donald Trump. I don't care if he opened the government back up. Even if you go to work, still try to practice some form of this mitigation. Try to, limit, even with that. I know you still may have to go to work if he open it up and they cut the unemployment off. You know what I'm saying? But right now, again, like I said, you can call your local representative, your council people, you can call the state people, you can call federal people, and you can push back, right? And you can form petitions online, right? and let
We
them
got a
know.
number for that? I'll find a number and I give it to you guys
Right.
at the end of the show. So make sure you stay connected.
That's right.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
King Sha, is there anything you want to plug yourself in? Tell the people where they can find more of your teachings, more of your information at?
Again, I'm on YouTube, right? That's New Black World Order TV. You'll see the icon is a red, black, and green flag, right? And I got a plethora of videos, somewhere in the nature of 1,500 videos.
Somewhere in the nature.
Right.
Somewhere in the nature, y'all.
Right. I got a body of work that shows my commitment to the community. And when you find the body of work that I have done, you would be surprised because I don't really go around bragging about it.
Yeah.
You know,
that's all right. He's a diamond in the rough. Listen,
Facts.
I am trying to tell you a hidden jewel out here in these streets, y'all. I thank you for coming here. I can't wait to have you back.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I can't wait to have you back. Listen.
I feel at home here at Legacy Radio
good.
with Lady C.E.O.
Good.
You know, I do really feel home here.
I'm glad.
I hope to, develop a relationship with you all.
Absolutely.
I hope that you appreciate some of the information that I have given you, and I hope that I've been beneficial to you.
Yes.
And I appreciate you.
Yes.
Right?
Listen.
Remember, there's something special about you.
Absolutely, sir.
You are a fox hidden right in plain sight.
Come on. Listen. It's been Bible Study in the Hood, y'all. I am Lady C.E.O, a.k.a. Lady Love, a.k.a. Queen Zombie. See y'all in a minute.
So you got those stuff like they be like Illuminati. And they make them watch it. They make them watch the shit. They make them watch this shit for real. They be like, look, you got the black pyramid, Illuminati. Then they start watching this shit.
You see? Almost here. All right. Cool. Okay. Oh, I love you. Yeah.
I love you too.
I sure do.
Yes.
I sure do. I thank you. So let me see. When you coming back?
How you think that was?
What you mean?
That was great?
Yes. That's amazing. Let me tell you, it wasn't too much. It was just enough. So every week, every time you come, like that's what I'm looking for you to do just that. Like I'm looking for people to be able to go on a ride with you. So even if they didn't